kind of change in culture have we seen now that you're part of a much larger organisation rather than the oak-panelled existence of previous years?
We look at our expenditure through two lenses. One is the client experience, so what is it going to do to improve our engagement with our existing clients, but also what's it going to do to drive employee engagement, because we talked about talent earlier. Employees don't want to be part of businesses that are rooted in the past and are very manual and very paper-based. So we need to make sure that we are attracting people, the right people to work in our firm, who are aware of the commitment we have to upgrading our experience for the staff as well as for our clients.
Are we talking about something more impersonal and robotic that the next generation is happy with?
Certainly for the type of clients we work for, I'm very much rooted on the basis that we are human advisors, not robo-advisors. We will be enabled by powerful digital capabilities. I think we shouldn't assume that certain segments don't want certain things. Some of the most avid users of iPads are those in their 70s and 80s that have suddenly become very aware of the capabilities that they can control from their fingertips.
I think the banks have they've stolen a march on the wealth management sector. I think the wealth management sector, of all the different facets of the areas that we're all involved with, has been the most behind the curve on this. So actually the interaction with the banks has been probably ahead of expectations. Our problems have been internal. One just calcifies around practices because it's always the way we've done things. Because we've always done it this way and it sort of works. Now that was true to about 2 or 3 years ago, where the clients began to really stamp their feet. Clearly they were getting access to digital technology, probably through their banking relationships that London and Capital were behind the curve on. Having then conducted and implemented a pretty huge overhaul of our own IT capability and reporting capability, even the most sophisticated families, they tend to just look at the most basic functions on an online portal or an app portal, but they've got it now, and it's kind of scratched that itch. I think it's the wealth management sector that's been behind the curve here, as opposed to the banks that we work with.
In one sentence, Joe, are we expecting a evolution or a transformation? You've been in this industry for a long time.
We have to transform if we need to survive. So in terms of what we're facing at the banking level, at the asset management level, when I look at what's happened in the past since the crisis, if I look at asset management, there were 42 new directives and pieces of regulation. When I was at the Commission, I asked some people if they could name 10, they couldn't. Having said that, we either transform ourselves or otherwise we're going to get into a great big tangle. My major concern is what will happen to London, because there's no scope in saying London is a finance centre. London is the world's finance centre, and it's either part of the world or not part of the world. And I think without London, a number of finance centres, despite what's being said, they will suffer.